Hey guys, Krisha here. Please be cautious of any fake comments and emails you may receive from people pretending to be Mango Research. Sean and I will never, ever contact you for investment opportunities or anything of that sort. To get in touch with the real Mango team, make sure to join our official Discord chat using the link in the description below. Stay safe out there, and remember, do it Mango. And what's up, you guys? Welcome to the Mango Grove. My name is Krisha, and this is today's VeChain analysis video. I do believe VeChain is sitting on some very interesting support, which has a lot of confluence on it right now. So I like the current structure. I like the price action on this chart, okay, so far. Now, we're first going to start off with that Mango dashboard and see what the dashboard is telling us for VeChain. Gonna filter that out from the list. I'm on that daily time frame, and as you can see, VeChain USDT is currently long. This long trend change came in 18 days ago, and if you caught a trade based on this, you are currently up 65.56%. 65%, guys. Okay, VeChain BTC also long. This long trend change came in 20 days ago, and if you caught a trade based on this, you are currently up 50% against Bitcoin. Now remember, Bitcoin is also in a bull run, right? It is also moving up relative to USDT. What VeChain BTC essentially tells you, right? It's telling you that, hey, between VeChain and BTC, which one is the stronger trending asset? Okay, and right now, as things stand on the daily time frame, it is telling us that VeChain is looking stronger than Bitcoin. It is trending up against Bitcoin. Okay, that's what this pairing really tells us. Alrighty, now let's get on over to the charts and really go ahead and dissect this. Sometimes I feel like, I kind of need to sort of drill these points through because I understand that there's a lot of new people in the space, and this whole thing of the dynamic between, the two pairings that we have, which is alt against USDT and an alt against Bitcoin, it's going amiss amongst a lot of people. So I just want people to really understand what is really happening when you're looking at these pairings. What exactly are you comparing? Okay, just think of one asset, comparing one asset against the other. And if something is trending up, it's telling you that, hey, this asset is in bullish territory. It is bullish relative to USDT or relative to BTC. Okay. Now, I'm currently on VeChain USDT. I'm currently on that 3-day time frame. I've pulled up the 3 days specifically because I like the way VeChain trends on that 3-day time frame. Okay, I have the Mango dynamic in front of me. Now, all of you guys know that Sean and I have been using the dynamic very, very aggressively on many of our altcoin trades, and it's been doing well. Now, what I really particularly like about VeChain against the dynamic, especially on the 3-day time frame, it works well on my personal strategy. Now, for those of you who are not aware of this, I kind of look at the dynamic relative to, well, resistance. Okay, every time I see price take out a point of resistance. Now, this was a very, very neat structure, for example, right? This was a very clear ascending triangle. Now, on a technical standpoint, an ascending triangle is a bullish pattern, right? It has a greater probability of breaking to the upside. Now, we saw a clear close over that resistance that came in at around 3 cents. Okay, however, notice that the dynamic was still neutral. It was still purple right there, telling us that, hey, the trend is still neutral. Okay, but the very next candle, we turned green. All right, now this is my personal play wherein I first wait for price to take out a point of resistance. Okay, I'm like, okay, this is looking good. We took out resistance, and I'm going to wait for the dynamic to turn green, and I usually try and catch a bid on the op line. Now, that op line is the dotted line on the chart, and look at where price came down to. All right, so now for those of you who do have the Mango dynamic, this is my personal strategy. Of course, there's a lot that you can extrapolate from the information on the dynamic, and you can come up with your own strategies depending on your trading style. Okay, now I really like doing this. It's been working well for me, and I've been catching some amazing trades on a bunch of alts so far. So notice how VeChain USDT does extremely well off of the 3-day time frame. If anyone caught this bid, I mean, you're still up a good, what is this? 188%, okay? But what is to note here, price against the dynamic is still green. In fact, it looks like it is moving up to price as opposed to the other way around. Okay, not just that dynamic, but as well as the op line. And another really cool thing about this picture, now all the lines that you see on my chart, okay, the white lines as well as the pink lines, these are all macro regions of support and resistance. And when I say macro, I am talking about that weekly time frame. Okay, all of these regions of support and resistance have been drawn out on the weekly time frame as well as the 4-day time frame. Okay, and as you can see, we've been respecting it very, very well. So now price did get rejected off of that 9-cent region. However, note where we are getting supported off of right now. Okay, that support is coming in at 8 cents. Now that pink region really marks, that pink line that you see here marks the midpoint. Now, for those of you, once again, who have been watching my videos, you guys know that I've been, all of these coins, they're all getting into price discovery, right? So I'm coming up with these additional targets, but while coming up with these targets, while coming up with the next price range, okay, I'm also looking at the midpoint. Now, all of these pink horizontals mark the midpoint, all right? However, the current range that VeChain is oscillating within, okay, the current major zone is from 9 cents going all the way down to 7 cents. That is the main zone of price action, okay? And that midpoint comes in at 8 cents, and so far price seems to be getting picked up on that region. Look at that, we're moving up as we speak. Okay, remember, this is the 3-day time frame. The fact that I can see this tick is pretty freaking awesome. But another really key sort of signature on, not I wouldn't say signature, but an observation, is the fact that VeChain, because of how aggressive the trend has been on VeChain, it has quite a bit of buffer before it actually loses its bullish structure. In order for VeChain to lose that bullish structure, it'll essentially have to lose these wick lows right here. Okay, now this comes in at 3 cents. Okay, of course, you don't have to wait that long. You'll be giving back a lot in profits, so it's not recommended to be waiting for price to come down here in order for us to really anticipate any sort of further down move, right? But what I will be looking for if VeChain has to break down, okay, is if we start losing the dynamic, at which point I'll be looking for the dynamic actually getting up to this region right here at around 7 cents, which is also the bottom of our range that I just spoke about. Right? If we start losing 7 cents to the downside, then I'm saying that, hey, there's a good chance that we come down further, possibly testing this region right here at around 5 cents, going all the way down to 4 cents. Okay, remember, it's going to be an if this, then that, but I really like the overall structure as of now. Let's also put on our Ichimoku cloud. Okay, and I'm going to also go ahead and put on our 10 simple moving average. Awesome. You can see everything is sloping up. All those slopes are positive. They're moving up to price as opposed to the other way around. Let's get on over to the 4-hour time frame because I want to see what we could be doing here. And look at this, like all of these levels, guys, they have some amazing, like the way they cascade onto the lower time frames is just, it's so cool. Okay, it just makes life easier. And that's why I've been telling people off late that, hey, if you're marking out your horizontals, your regions of support and resistance, you're better off marking them out on those higher time frames because there's a very, very good chance that you see them cascade onto the lower time frames. Okay, and that is exactly what we're seeing here. Now, I want you to notice where price came and wicked down at, right? Once again, this came in at 8 cents. Remember, this is the midpoint from the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame also lined up with the Kijun right there. Okay, so there's a lot of confluence here. Now, what I personally will be looking for if we have to see any sort of continuation to the upside, I want to see if price can actually take out the Tenkin. Okay, when I say take out the Tenkin, I'm looking for a candle body close. All right, a candle body close over the Tenkin would tip me off on further continuation to the upside, at which point I'll be looking for a price reacts off of this region of resistance right here that comes in at 9 cents. Okay, now remember the 3-day time frame that I just pulled up, I believe we close that candle day after tomorrow. So you won't be waiting too long in order for us to really get a clear picture on what VeChain might be doing. But if for whatever reason we start closing 3-day candles over this region here at 9 cents, I will be looking for continuation to the upside. Okay, and the next region of contention is only going to come in at 10 cents. Okay, and remember that's just the midpoint. Okay, remember. The pink horizontals on my chart are all midpoints. The major resistance only comes in at 11 cents. Now, it may look like a small range on my chart, but I assure you it is not. This alone is going to be a good 24%, okay? From this region of resistance at around 9 cents all the way to 11 cents, that's a good 24%. From 9 cents to the midpoint here is going to be a good 12%. Okay, so watch out on these little signatures. I noticed that price does relatively well as soon as it takes out that Tenkin. Okay, and it holds it as support. So I want to see a clean takeout, and I want to see price get supported on the Tenkin if I am anticipating another push to the upside. Okay, but what I really like is that there's a lot of confluence on this level. Okay, it's reacting very well against its support. Let's also go ahead and put on the Mango dynamic, see where we are. Okay, and what do you know? Look at where the dynamic is lining up with, right? That 9 cent region. We start living over that region once again. This is going. Okay, it's going to be an if this then that, but overall macro structure still looking good on VeChain. The flip side of this trade, of course, is the downside of the trade. Now, if we start closing candles, okay, and honestly, you can even just look at this on the 4-hour time frame. If we start closing 4-hour candles underneath 8 cents, there's a good chance that we make our way down all the way to 7 cents. As far as the wicks are concerned here, guys, we're also putting in higher lows here. Okay, so it looks like it wants to start trending up, but we do have resistance still. Okay, remember, 9 cents is going to be the key region of resistance that price is going to have to contend with if we have to see continuation to the upside. Alrighty, now this is what VeChain USDT is up to. Let's quickly get on over to VeChain BTC. See what that is doing. Let's also look at this on those higher time frames, because the higher time frames is really going to paint it for us. Damn, this actually closed really well. Today is a Wednesday. Okay, so we opened a brand new weekly candle about a couple of days ago, right? But I want you to notice what happened here. We actually took out resistance. So price took out resistance. We've come and we've officially tested resistance, now turns support. We've bounced off of it. There's a good chance of continuation for VeChain. Damn. Okay, so honestly, guys, the next region of resistance on the Bitcoin chart only comes in here. Okay, which comes in at 198 sats. That's a good 24% against Bitcoin. All right, and there's another overarching pattern playing out on this chart, which is a bullish pattern. Okay, and I do not know if you guys see it, but check this out. This looks like a massive cup and handle formation. Okay, now the neckline of the cup and handle comes in at 198 sats. And if we even start seeing 2 consecutive candle body closes over this region right here, I'm saying up we go. Okay, the next point of contention is only going to come in at 254 sats, going all the way up to 323. It's going to be bloody bullish. Okay, but VeChain so far, guys, keep your eyes peeled on this one. This is not a chart you want to be getting complacent on. It's going to be lots and lots of opportunity. In fact, anyone who caught a bid on this region right here, 151 sats, freaking major props on that. Major props on that. And that's the thing with these kind of consolidations, and especially when we see Bitcoin actually take a leg to the downside, you usually find many of these altcoins that have been trending up, right? They have established trends. You find that they give you some really good buy opportunities on the Bitcoin pairings. Okay, so every time you see price action like this, right? And I'm not just talking about VeChain, I'm just talking about the general market conditions, where every time Bitcoin takes a pullback, we also see the altcoins take a pullback, but the ones that have already been trending, you find that they give you some really good buy opportunities on the Bitcoin pairings. Okay, because Bitcoin has come down now. It's going to pay tenfold to keep your eyes peeled on those buy opportunities. Okay, so VeChain, I believe, has just gave us one wherein we bounced off of this region 150 sats. In fact, from this region right here to the current price, okay, that's a good, you're already in a good 5% profit. Right, so this is looking good. This is looking really good right now. So eyes peeled on VeChain. I think it's still very much in bullish territory. Okay, now I hope this helped. Let me know what you guys think about VeChain. Is there any pattern that you're looking at that I may have missed? Definitely mention in the comments below. Would love to check it out. Okay, now with this, guys, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao.